The Dialect of Queensbury, near Bradford. Mrs. Zilpha Tempest, aged 79, and Mrs. Emma Hardy, aged 67. Both natives of Queensbury. Recorded in the home of Mrs. Tempest by Stanley Ellis on the 6th of January, 1954.
This Harriet is an old maid.
Oh, yes.
She's done 70. And she goes to church, you know. And Vicar was here. So I said, we're down on front, Lizzie, where we can hear. We get down on the first sitting down, and then they had some benches that way, you know. And so I said, we'll go sit at one of them. But either we get crushed with all 5 on them, so I called Herbert to us. I says, can't you get us a chair, Herbert? I says, nay, Lizzie, it's never just one off of her own done.
Hanging off.
He says, well, there'll be plenty when they've had the tea. But either, she says he can get no one on us in the chairs, that's what to tell him. But either he came lolloping with 2.
Oh.
And so Lizzie get on the chair.
You know what lolloping is?
Aye.
The bloke too.
Mm.
We found all sorts of stuff, you know.
So we get sat down, we were right comfortable and all. So Harriet says, I didn't want to sit at front. And Lizzie was determined there, and I shouldn't sit at back, same as she did time before. She said, you can know the scenery here now. I said, why didn't you want to sit at front for, Harriet? Well, she says, the said Vicar is bound to talk. She says, now I don't want him to stare at me all the time. And he's seen me, she says, well, she says, I don't want him to think I'm getting sort lice up like. I says, oh. But when they'd all get in the tea and get set, there come a photograph man. Well, it was beyond that photo.
Carrier?
Well, I don't know where it was. I think.
Well, isn't it, what I got it this morning, the Observer?
No.
The big Halifax carrier.
Because Eric is a Halifaxer, you know. And so she gets set. So he said, Mrs. McCree says, wait a minute. And she was a county councillor, you know. Then she comes with Vicky, you know. She said, you must push up a little bit and just let those sit. Vicky get aside, Harriet. Well, she blushed. I had a real dang good laugh. And so when he gone, I said, with the miss on his sleep? She said, no. She said, but just fancy, thinking he was about to talk and then get that set aside on him. He says, now don't be embarrassed. He says, if my wife wants a divorce, I say it's you. And he laughed. I really like that. Vicar is very cheerful.
It's all right, you know.
And then they call him a little shuffling chairman. Nay, he's a little one. With his good chain on. Well, I don't know what he looked like.
What is Lady make with him, or what she wants
and
here?
So he tell like, and he tell what he wanted them to go to church for 9. Lizzie might know, but I'm forgetting. Oh, I can't go. I can't go nowhere. If I don't go to the hospital, I can't go nowhere because it's too nasty for me now.
You know, she'll be 80 next April.
I'll be 80 April.
And have you always lived in this house?
No, I lived 50 years up just around that corner.
In the Lower London?
With 2.
Lower Ricky, you know.
With 2. And then my mother and father died. I lived outside of them, and then I took my father when my mother died to live with me. And he lived 5 years after my mother. You know, he was a good one. By gum. He was a good chap if ever there was one with my father.
They had him in the top, we'll tell you some road stuff.
And so he, and then our mother, that was our Emma mother, you know. I meant our Emma really, but we brought her up, you know.
Yeah.
She was born at our house, and we brought her up. We'd all to stand down for her. And our mother right wanted me to come at fold. She says, I'll ask Mrs. Rochford for that. And I stood in, and I thought, well, I will. So she gave me this house, really, you know.
I should live 50 years at Lyme.